What the heck, bro? Where am I streaming this? Oof, okay. What the heck? All right, there it is. And that took a minute. I've never done this before. All right. Pulls up some windows. All right. I think we're good. Hello, some dude. Let's just pretend nothing happened earlier. Let's just pretend, you know? Nothing happened. Nothing happened at all. Nothing. So yes. Just made some quick things. We're gonna unbox this thing. I'm doing good. How about you, some dude? How you doing, bruh? I was supposed to receive that tomorrow at the earliest, and it showed up to my door. And I have this rule where I don't open things if I'm not ready to do something with it. And I really want to do something with this because I want to open it. So here we are. We have the keyboard, controller base, and then I think that's the X2 Mini Pro. I'm actually not 100% sure, but I think it is. So I'm pretty sure. Assuming that it is, I actually just had a thought cross my mind. I'm just gonna take a quick second. I'll go grab the old controllers. I think they just started shipping these. So I'm pretty sure that's what it is. You know, sometimes as a content creator, things get shipped a little earlier so for content. So I don't think it's the X3, the ONEXPLAYER 3. No, it's the X2 Mini Pro. It definitely is the X2 Mini Pro. So yeah, I was supposed to receive that tomorrow, and it showed up today. They showed up, so I was like, okay, dang, okay. So give me a quick second. Yo, what up, Shrades? And what's up, by the way, Vinny Russ and James Baker? I'm just gonna go grab the controls. I'm pretty sure they're right over there. 1 second. Streamer loot. Well, loot I very much paid for. I don't receive those for free, but I do create content. So, you know, sometimes it is in slightly their best interest to send it slightly early. So if I'm being perfectly transparent and honest, I'm pretty sure they're shipping this to everyone because we got notice, and we actually have a spreadsheet showing who like everyone that they're shipping it to. But for example, Russ just did his ONEXPLAYER 3 review. Yes, they are, Vinny Russ. I'm surprised you know about those. They're from Wildly, bro. Honestly, like the quality of these earbuds are pretty legit. Like honestly, I've been using them on stream when I stream over at Gamester Live, and man, they've been really good. Like I'm not using that's what I usually stream with. Those are HD 599 SEs. My cups are dusty, man. I need to clean them. But yeah, no, they're very good. I think they're called the Monk 7th from Venture Electronics. Legit, genuine. Like, I'm not gonna be a hater, but I'm gonna call it like it is. They kind of look like nothing, but the quality that comes out of them is surprising. Like I hadn't used wired earbuds in so long, but now I'm going back to those. This is why I don't have to wear the, you know, the whole headband. However, I will say I will soon be reviewing the Razer Black Shark V3 Pro. Bruh. Yo, that's a headset. Granted, it's not cheap, but it is quality. I just got the Kiwi Ears Astrals. They seem awesome so far. Those are IEMs, right? I still haven't gotten myself a pair of IEMs. I need to do that at some point. I always hear like the best things about them. Have that. It's nice. The Razer Black Shark Shreds. So yes, unboxing the X2 Mini Pro, and at the same time, I'll take this opportunity to completely shill, even though I don't have a single penny, and I paid every penny for this thing. My beautiful Hacksmith multi-tool knife. I don't know if you guys are familiar with the Hacksmith channel on YouTube. Bruh, I received that like a couple of days ago. It took a while. It took a while before they shipped, but man, is it good quality. It really is. So I'm gonna open up these guys. And let's get to the unboxing. Green V3 Pro. Yep. Yeah, I looked at Kiwi for a good while. I never got any, but I heard some good stuff. Here, 1 second. Yeah, those great quality. The microphone is peak. Yo, kid you not, yesterday I was talking, you know, using my Shure SM7B, and at some point in Discord I switched to that. No one ever pointed out anything, and like hours later I asked, like, how was the audio? They're like, yo, we never noticed you changed. Now, granted, I'm sure if I was to like go back and forth, they'd probably say, yeah, the Shure sounds better. But the fact that it wasn't obvious says a lot about this microphone on this headset. Yo, what up, Gregory? How you doing, bruv? Another goodies for gamers being unboxed. Heck yeah, dude. Heck yeah, dude. I got the i3 MK3 recently. I didn't like them. Got back to 7 Hz Sonus, but the upgrade from Hibby, bro. Vinny, you know what? You know what? You know what the sentence just told me? Because, you know, of course, I know you, right? I remember you. Like, we've hung out over at Gamester. I sent you, well, not you directly, but was it your nephew? You know, the Retroid Pocket 3, was it the 3S or the Retroid Pocket 4? I remember you. But today with this sentence, I'm learning something about you. Bro, you have been down the rabbit hole of audio. Cause bruh, I kid you not, I am not familiar with any of the products that you mentioned. And that's how I know that you have been looking at like those, you know, in the know audiophile options out there. Cause I can't recognize a single one. And I've experienced that I've experienced that market many moons ago. And I know how much of a rabbit hole it can be. Into several rabbit holes, well, that's fair. But I definitely know that audio is one of them. I didn't know that about you. Now I do. All right, so let's start with the controller base here. What's the controller base? Oh, we have a QR code if someone wants to scan it and see what this is all about. Yo, what up, Bounty Hits? What up, player? What up? So yes, nice card right there. Dang, this is bulky. Now, I don't remember. What was the gift? We got a free gift. Let me go check. When the X2 Mini Pro achieved a certain amount, we got a free gift. Let me go see what that gift was. X2 Mini Pro. The stretch goal reward unlocked gaming earbuds. Wait, are they in this? Because I got this as well. By default, they were giving the magnetic keyboard. I hate when they do that. I really do. I hate when they call the keyboard a gift when it's like so intrinsic and important to the experience. But oh well. Came to watch a sweet unboxing. Stayed for Clef. Oh, thank you, Bounty Hits. Appreciate you, bro. Not gonna lie, the name of the brand is pretty lame, but the unboxing experience I keep seeing is always awesome. You mean of ONEXPLAYER? They have elevated their box, and yo, that case is legit with the handle and everything, bruh. And you have this little thing that you can. Oh, I'm not on my camera. This little thing pull up, like you can take it out if you want. Now my headphones better be in there though. I haven't seen my headphones yet. What are my headphones, bro? I want the earbuds. I want the Bumblebee earbuds. There they are. Look at that free gift. Yo, what up, vegan Pop-Tart? You has the bigger addiction, Clef or Nelly? I think our boy Clef might be in the slight lead. Maybe. Bumblebee earbuds. That was a gift that we achieved as backers for reaching, was it 1 million on the X2 Mini Pro, I think? Yes, it was 1 million. We achieved 1 million. The campaign finished at 1.138. So those Bumblebees, man, a lot of people were hating on those. I don't know, man. I'm excited. Bro, it's even licensed by Hasbro. Might not be Hasbro. You get it? Might not be as bro, you know, bro, like Hasbro. Oh man, that was good. So yeah, this is a gift. Bumblebee earbuds, transform your audio. Oh, you got some bars. You got some bars. Okay, so that was for the case, and then nothing up there. Yo, this is a big case. This is a big case. About a 34-inch monitor. I really don't like those wasted my time. What? I really don't like those wasted my time. You don't like wasting your time, or you don't like those who waste your time? I'm confused. What's the 34-inch monitor, bruh? Yo, what up, Ernie? How you doing, bruh? Oh man, it finally it has reached me, bruh. I haven't touched this thing since China. Yep, that's a better finish. That's a bit. Am I streaming elsewhere? Not right now. I shouldn't be. I think I'm only on YouTube right now. I'm pretty sure. When I do the Gamester stream, I do it on Twitch and YouTube simultaneously now, but when I'm doing mine, like this is on my channel. You don't like 34-inch? Bruh, I didn't we have that conversation during Gamester stream, Chinito? I don't know, man. To me, it's like, depending on how close you sit, but I wouldn't go 34. I might go 32, maybe, but like, if you give me a 27 that has better specs, even if it's more expensive than a 32, I will go for that 27. I live through you guys in awesome devices. Well, thank you very much, Ernie, for being here. Appreciate you, bruh. Just on YouTube, thank you very much, some dude. Yeah, the finish on this thing is better. And dude, now unfortunately, I don't know that everyone is gonna get the reference, and a part of me wondered, oh my god, really? I would have to get confirmation from OXP. I don't think it is, but for those of you out there that got to hold the ONEXPLAYER 7840U, I have it. It's across the room. Yeah, it's across the room. That specific model of the ONEXPLAYER had a special coating on the body that prevented fingerprint, and it was supposed to also have antimicrobial properties, and they never brought it back. The ONEXPLAYER F1 Pro does not have that coating. This feels like the F1 Pro, the ONEXPLAYER 7840U. I don't know if it's the same, but the coating on this feels fantastic. Oh, here goes the dongle. Hey bro, that's the dongle. LiBar, Type-C at the bottom. Oh, this clicks. I wasn't sure, Brett. It's so not that far, but at the same time, it feels like it's been a year since I've been to China. So it's like rediscovering everything. Okay, so keyboard, we have membrane keys. The placement of that question mark, man. Yes, the controllers do have haptic feedback. I use 32-inch and 27. I could see that. I could see that, especially if like the 32 is like a 4K, the 27-inch, 27 is like a 1440p. Right now I'm using, for you know, when I game my main PC, I'm using two 27 inches. This, the one I have to the side that you guys see sometimes, is a 32-inch up top and like a 49, but you know, super ultra wide. All right, so here's a keyboard. The keyboard feels nice. I think it's going to be a nice keyboard to type on. I think it's backlit. They're supposed to have improved magnets so that it holds on the device now. The thing that sucks is just the question mark not being here. Like, honestly, they could have made these two shift keys like half the size and fit the question mark here, and that would have, in my opinion, greatly improved the keyboard. Of course, my opinion, not everyone agrees with me, but I think that's the better way to go. All right, let's put this aside and let's open up the beast, bro. What a box. This doesn't fit in the camera. What a box. Ooh. Lots of big box. I went for a 64 gigabyte 2 TB. So I believe top spec, bruh. Look at this. Look at this fidget. I love this knife. Like, it was not cheap, man. It was expensive, but it's so good. You have a bubble, a leveling bubble clip that you can adjust. You have wire cutters here, a nail filing, bottle opener. Of course, you have the blade, you know. The blade itself, it's an M390 blade, so great quality. It has American metrics, so inches, centimeters, so, you know, is it what the Royal metric system, I think they call it, which continues on the blade. You have screw bits. I used this one earlier. This is for SIM card pull out as well as a needle to thread. You know, if you need to repair some clothes or something. You have a glow in the dark little thing here. What else? A ferro rod. You have a ferro rod, dude. Tweezers. And I think I got it all. Oh yeah, and the bits. Yo, what up, Lemon? How you doing, my dude? The bits can go here, or you can also put them off to the side like this. Man, I had this for like a couple of days now, and don't get me wrong, it was an expensive knife to open up boxes, but I don't regret it one bit. The quality is up there. Quality speaks for itself. Yup. Please test the keyboard. I'm very curious if the keyboard is stable as a screen protector when closed. Will do very, very soon. I'm about to open up this box. Hopefully, Brand does the skin. D-Brand does the skin for the controller and center separator. That yellow would be nice. Well, funny enough, since you're mentioning D-Brand, I'm just, you know, I don't want to waste anyone's time. I know we're here for something. I'm not gonna spend too much time, but I got this bad boy. So I've been working on I need to actually go film this, but then when I saw I received the X2 Mini Pro, I was like, okay, let me put the D-Brand skin on the Steam Machine project on the side. Bro, I'm in love with the Steam Machine. Yes, Lemon. 108 Dragon TV, who's another creator in chat, probably has a very different opinion than me. But bruh, what can I say? I've been loving a Steam Machine. I've been loving a Steam Machine. It's so good. All right, back to the real thing. I'm self-proclaimed professional procrastinator. Bruh. I don't know, man. I am also really good at that. Procrastination is my middle name. When I was born, they're like, and this child has a middle name. Procrastinator is gonna be the middle name. Of course, that was said in French, because, you know, being a French Canadian. Procrastinateur is what my parents said. C'est un procrastinateur. Tablet, laptop, hardcore handheld gaming. Bruh. Let's go. Now, honestly, though, this is a big box. And I know sometimes the big box is what you need. But right now, you know, just talking about the device, the hardware here, it is a big box. Again, it doesn't fit in the camera. I mean, granted, I could probably remove the lens. You know, I'm going to open up the box. We won't need to have... I'm lifting it. I'm lifting it. Oh, I guess I forgot. Oof. I didn't even notice there was a damn chat filter. Why on earth would this be a default option on live chat? Oh, is there? I don't know. What I do is I click top left. I do live chat so that it doesn't like, because YouTube has a mind of its own. Oh look, they put holes for the little things here. It does feel nice. Yeah. All right. Other side is black. Okay, let's see. What do we have here? Those. Ooh, man, that's hefty. Okay, that's the power brick, which we won't need for now. Nelly likes holes. Does she now? Really? I gotta talk to my girl Nelly, right? What? Bro. All right, accessories. We have the battery. I'm not going to be using this one right now because, you know, I have the batteries for the Apex right next to me. So we're going to be using those for now. I'm just going to keep this in the box. Like the least I can pull out of this box, the better. And there it is. Y'all are ready? Okay. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I was about to push the buttons because you know me. You know me and the buttons. You know me and the buttons, bro. Me and the buttons. I love me the buttons. I love me the buttons. Voila. It's like I've done this all my life. It's like the factory should give me a job, bro. All right, let's put this out of the way 1 second. Bro, this is heavy. All right. Yep, they look great. The crystal buttons right there, they look fantastic. Yeah, it's dwarfing the apex a little bit. Oh. There it is. Something on, something off? Huh? Are we talking about clothes here? I mean, the apex feels amazing in the hand. Like you got to give it to it. It feels great, right? No problems there. Feels fantastic. And mine is the Frostbite edition. So mine I can pull out the door. You know, for the Frostbite edition. So I couldn't have the water cooling. But I didn't take the water cooling on this one. I said, no. No water cooling. Why am I not using... Bruh, you don't understand what's going on. I'm applying D-brand skins on the Steam machine using my toes right now. I mean... don't you know, bro? I keep busy. Yeah, that's right. So, let's see. Micro switch buttons, they feel good. They feel good, and you know, they have that nice crystal look, takes the light really nicely. It's a little faint though, seeing like the characters behind them, but they're there. They feel really, really good. I think some people might find that the lettering is a little too faded out. It could have been nice to have like, and the thing is, especially protected with that crystal, they could have just applied a small coat of like reflective paint. Bro, I'm about to say it, and as I'm about to say it, I see it, and I'm like, oh my god. Why didn't they talk to me? Bro, imagine having like a thin layer of reflective paint on the letters. Like, keep it gray, but just a little bit of reflection so that when it catches the light, it makes the letter pop, bro. Yo, what up, Dr. Feelgoods? What up, Top 10s for you? Can I make a video on an SSD upgrade? I might do that. I don't have a reason to, because it's got a 2 TB, but I might. I might. You meant HU? I listen. Fair. That's fair. ADB Bobcat. ADP Bobcat. Yep. I mean, in comparison, is the extra 100 gram noticeable? Well, okay. So here's the thing. My Apex has the liquid cooling module, right? And look, I'm gonna keep it 100. If there's one thing I would go back on, like, it's cool to have, especially if someone was docking this device. But the truth is, I have docking options. I'm not docking the Apex. So as much as it is a cool feature, the whole frostbite thing, it adds, I think, like 70 grams. And bro, that's the crazy thing right now. Holding the Apex and holding the X2 Mini Pro, I'm pretty sure the Apex is heavier. I'm pretty sure. Unfortunately, I don't have a weight with like a, you know, like a food weight or whatever with me, a food balance to measure those. I might go upstairs and get it, honestly, in a couple of minutes, because I'm pretty sure the Apex is heavier. And it's wild to me because, bro, like it doesn't dwarf the Apex, but you know, it does eat it. You know what I mean? Like, it's gonna eat the Apex. So to have less of a weight in my hands, have that much of a bigger screen, no, it definitely feels lighter, bro. 100%. 100%. They're starting to ship, Asib. They're starting to ship. What's the max wattage? Is 80 watt TDP. Now keep in mind, this is the X2 Mini Pro, so this is not the you know, the Arc G3 Gen 3, right? So this one, if I power it, nothing's happening. It pains my heart. It's not happening, bro. So that's why I'm gonna take one of those batteries. Yeah, but yeah, they're starting to ship. Oh, oops. They have this little thing. So yeah, that's potentially the downside with this one. You still have to deal with a battery. That's why I'm really excited for my OXP3. Because, you know, the power that you get out of the AMD, well, that's the 388, right? Is fantastic. But I would much rather have to not deal with a battery that's external. Bro, this is a glass mouse pad. I don't want to break it. I guess I didn't clip it. Okay, won't happen again. So the chipset in this bad boy is a 388. Let's power it. Oh my god. Oh my god. Yeah, it makes a good difference. So, you know, it's a little wild to me that I'm holding this device that is so much bigger but feels lighter. I'm not trying to say that, oh my god, it's so much lighter. But it is lighter with an extra inch. Way more ergonomic curves for the controls. Controls which are removable. Bro, I really love what they did with the little strip here. The little logo that looks like RX Gaming. I don't know if you guys know this channel. I used to watch him a lot for Destiny. Analog triggers. D-pad, bro. I like that D-pad. It's crisp. It's crisp, bro. And by the way, they also gave the extra D-pad. All right. Someone asked earlier for the keyboard. So the keyboard is on. It is working. Oh. Okay. That's not a great magnet. Brit, I'm talking right now, lady. I'm talking. It's not a great magnet. But there is a little bit of one. So it's, I mean, no, honestly, it's not good enough. It's not good enough. Hello, Mr. Davis. There's guys guys that like D-pad, maybe. Genuinely, you know what would make more sense? Okay, once again, oh my god, bro, I'm a fountain of good ideas. Yeah, are y'all ready for this? So just imagine, right? If ONEXPLAYER would have printed just this little clip that you just like hold on to here so that it holds the thing so that it doesn't fall. No, that's not a review unit. ONEXPLAYER do not send me units. I wish, but I do not. This is a fully paid. I mean, will I make a review? Most likely. But this is a fully paid unit. Not to be confused. I did not get this for free. Yo, what up, my golden fro? Let me see if I didn't miss anything with chat. Yeah, would have increased the price. Nah, dude. No, because when they make those buttons, like, they have a shell and then they put the crystal layer on top, right? Just put a little paint, like, on those buttons. Would have been great. I prefer the membrane ABXY on the Ultimate 2 Purple than whatever the hell those buttons are on the G7 Pro. I mean, I like them both, but I don't blame you. I get it, Vinny Rest. That is true as well, top 10s. That the weight is spread. Saw a vid get 10, 15 more FPS than a 395. Yeah, but I wouldn't use that as reference. Ultimately, this is going to be per game optimization, and this is also going to be addressable on a 395. Now, granted, if Haseb, if your solution is, I want to put my ends up, I just want to boot a game and I want it to work, then yeah, actually, there may be instances where you're going to have better performance on a 388, just like there may be instances where you're going to have slightly better performance on a 395. It depends on the balancing of the game, the engine of the game. I'm not trying to imply 6.7. That's not what I'm doing here. I'm just doing this with my hands. All in all, bro, it shouldn't be. You know who should be concerned with having a 388? Anyone that's like, bro, that was not going to be only my gaming machine. That was going to be my editing machine. That was going to be my spreadsheet machine. This was going to be my, zipping files because I'm running a pirated movie network machine. Like, if you're that guy, it sucks that you have a 388. But if you're anybody else, you watch some Netflix, you watch some YouTubes, you play some games, the 388 is going to give you, I want to say, 95% of the time, the same results. There are going to be a handful of games where it's going to be like, oh, I can leverage this governor balance between CPU and GPU power, and I can output more FPS. Fine. If you know what you're doing, you can set it up the same way on a 395. So for those of you out there who have a 395, don't feel like you're missing out even if you see a video that has, 5 to 10 more FPS. Just learn how you can fix your device to get the same result. And for those of you who have the 388 that's thinking, oh my god, my core, my PC, my CPU cores, don't worry. In big scheme of things, unless you're doing very, very CPU intensive tasks, it's not gonna matter. Long detour, sorry. I'm gonna stop talking now because I'm gonna set this up so we can boot some games. Yes, it is QWERTY. The keyboard is QWERTY. I was talking a little bit about it earlier. Really, the big thing with the keyboard, in my opinion, that sucks is where they put the question mark. Bro, typing on this feels a little cramped, but I don't mind it. Bro, there is not a world in which I'm going to tell you this is worse than what you have on a Legion Go, what you have on an Xbox Ally, what you have on an MSI Claw, what you have on an INEO 3, what you have on a Apex. Why? Because you have a keyboard. Like, it's gonna be better than not having a keyboard, right? Is it the keyboard on which I would like to do my, 10,000 word essay because I'm doing my last doctorate essay? No, definitely not. But for like setting up my things, oh man, it's gonna be more than fine. It absolutely will be more than fine. And here I am using the touchscreen because I don't want you guys to see my Wi-Fi password. Cliff, in your personal life, do you use QWERTY? Or no. We don't have the French AZERTY in Quebec. We have a Canadian multilingual standard keyboard, which I don't use those anymore. I took these out of my life. I can type on them. No problem. But I don't use them. Oh, snap. I made a mistake. No. Oh, man. Please don't set it. I made a mistake, bro. I should have not given a Wi-Fi. Then Windows is gonna be like, oh, let me do the updates, and then it's gonna update for 1 hour, and this is all we're gonna do. So let me try this again. Sorry. Yep. Yeah, it is a QWERTY that has, like, you know, the apostrophes and the yeah. Like, for example, the question mark on the Canadian multilingual standard keyboard is where the question mark is on the US standard keyboard is where the E with the front up front. I'm doing it backwards because you're seeing me mirrored, but yeah. That. Canada. Apparently the Legion Go 2 screen protectors goes on this. I need to buy some. I think I'd just rather get another K400 Plus to bring everywhere. I bring a handheld or get that keys to go, both from Logitech. I get that. I mean, I like this option. X2 MP Clef. We'll call it X2 MP Clef. See, now where's the dash? Oh my god, the dash is a FN key. But still better than no keyboard, so not complaining. Bro, that little key right there with the RGB is fantastic. They feel so good. I know. I want to know where. Okay, so Pipes 61874. Hello. And if you go to the Indiegogo campaign, I'm sure their latest update has a link that you can follow where they have the entire shipment so far. So you can see based off of your crowdfunding number if yours is shipped already. Like, they really did a great job. And one thing that caught me off guard is the first time I held it, like, I get it. A lot of people were like, I wish the bridge, they made it at an angle. Kind of like the one from the MobiPad M12s, for those who know that controller. But it's not necessary there. Like, there, you have so much curve on these controllers. It holds nice. It's a weird shape for a controller. You know, I can definitely get behind that. The shape is weird, but it feels great. It really feels great. And then you have the trackpad in the middle. Bro, this is good. This is good. Of course I do, my golden Frau. You have more great questions like this one, me? Of course I do. What's the... Anyone remember what's the account to go through without putting an account? No. Thank you.com. Is that it? Oh no, I think it kept my Wi-Fi. Shift F10? No. Unfortunately. Man. Where's my phone? I'm sorry, I wasn't ready for this. But I don't recall them asking for my Wi-Fi password anymore. You think that still works? Windows key plus R doesn't start the run command. Shift F10 doesn't do nothing either, but No. No, it's not working. Man, I know there used to be an email also that you could put. And that email... Man... But I think I'm online, that's the problem. I think when I did the thing... Yeah, see, that's the problem. Okay. Shit. God dang, bro. No, I want you to forget it, literally. Do not think of this address ever again. More Wi-Fi settings. It won't give me the settings. Yeah, I mean, Oh, there it is. Forget. Let's go. Okay. We're doing this. We're doing this. Oh, actually, wait, can I just... No. Thank God for the swipes. Oh, good idea. You're right. Here. Good idea. Thank you. You know what? I'm even going to put airplane mode. Leave me alone. Ooh, that's good. Doctor feels good. See, that's what I want to do. Yo, shout outs. I don't know if that person doesn't even know that I'm a content creator, but if they don't, shout out to them. There's someone on the OXP Discord, Rusty Quest, that has been designing an enclosure to sit the X2 Mini in to make it into a Steam machine. And truly, that's what I'd want to do with this device. That's what I want to do with the X2 Mini Pro. I'd love to do that. Eh. All right, let's get it started. Right this time, please. Let's do it right. Sorry, it's just me, Scott. My apology. It's like I've never done this before. But that's the goal. The goal is definitely to install SteamOS at some point. I don't even know if I'd do a dual boot, if I'm being honest. I think I just... Here, I don't have internet. Internet, what is this? Is it new that it just came out? Where do I sign up? I want to try internet. It sounds fun. X2 MP Clef. There you go. Oh my god. Here, without the dash. No passwords. Yeah, well, that's exactly it, Matt. It could be awesome because, you know, this is gonna be like the second screen that's in the socket, and you can put like a, you know, like a screensaver or something so it looks nice. Maybe put like a splash screen of the game that you're playing, and then on your TV. I hear your doctor feels good. Like, I love dual boot. I just don't need to do it on this specific device, but man, more power to you for sure. Like dual boot is amazing. I used to do triple boots. I have a couple of videos on that. I used to do Windows, Bazzite, or whatever the the current Steam OS equivalent is, and then Batocera. That was like my emulators and ROMs only kind of thing. Yep. I love that way too, Matt. For sure. 100%. And yes, back to what you were saying, Asib. Aseb or Asib? The ergonomics are good. The controller feels nice. It's, it's not small in the hands, but it's not heavy. It feels good. The joysticks are a bit on the lighter side. That I feel hasn't really changed from the previous controllers, which talking about. Let me open up the thing. But just before, just swap that D-pad. I love the smell of a new handheld in the morning. Heck yeah, you know how to live, Mo's Prep and Tech. How you doing? Hello. Don't we love the smell of a new handheld? I mean, I will be using that D-pad for sure. I much prefer that one personally, but I could see why someone could want this one. Like this is probably going to be better for something like Call of Duty, where you're just like calling out your perks and stuff like that. Potentially for some types of platforms, it's surprisingly decent for a rolling test, but I much prefer the other one in terms of feel. And because this one has so much opening in between the cross, it feels higher. Like I know there was a lot of people that were like, yo, this is way too high. Genuinely, when using this one, it doesn't feel high at all. I'm sorry, my camera has a couple of hiccups here. But when using this one, oh, it absolutely feels high. Like it really does. So yeah, for me, it's pretty much gonna be a set it and forget it kind of situation here. Bro, I don't want to break it. There you go. Yeah, no, I'm not a big fan of it does seem like it could break, just those little teeth right there. It's not a whole lot. Curious Tinkering, hello. Got yours fast? Guess I'm lucky then. You can go. So one thing I will say, I heard people were like, oh, I'm getting my shipment information. And I went to Indiegogo, and as it turns out, I think it's in an update, or maybe it's in the comment section, but they have a link where you can see who they shipped already. And I was on that list. And then like a couple of hours later, I got my notification, and it wasn't supposed to arrive today. I guess the routes were ideal for DHL because to me, at least in Canada, they shipped with DHL. And it arrived so quick. I was not supposed to get it today. I was supposed to get it tomorrow. And the funny thing is, it's not always, but it has happened in the past where like DHL is like, okay, we're gonna deliver you that day, and they come up with like whatever reason, and they don't deliver that day. They only delivered the next. Turns out this time around it was the opposite. They delivered one day early. I was so not expecting that. So that was a very, very pleasant surprise. And yet, going back to the ergonomics, this feels good. This feels great. But since I have that right next to me, let me go ahead and open this thing, bruh. Oh, I think I have the bridge somewhere. I don't know where. Oops. But anyways, that's the older ones. Which, if you've seen my video that I did after going to China, you'll know that it is the exact same rail system. As you can see here. Same amount of prongs. So it's fully compatible. I could just put this one right here. And if I want something that is more like controller style, there it is. Though I will say, it is in it. Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, I'm not a fan. Oh, funny enough. Wait a minute. Could I? Oh, they use the same system. Look at that. I could take the old D-pad. Bro, I'm so scared of breaking it, especially since that's the one I like the most. I wish there was a tool to like lift it out. It's really worrying. Anyways, you know what? I'm not gonna do it, but I'm pretty sure I could put this one actually here. Yeah, I could put the old one on the new controller if I wanted, but I like this one better. Let's try something fun. Oh. Well, okay, first of all, this is nothing's happening right now. Bro, this thing is gonna go up in a puff of smoke. Cliff, you're giving us overload. Yeah, dude, Vinny Rust. That's such a great idea. That would be the perfect one, especially for the cross one, as you said. Yep, I probably have one of those laying around. Bro, this is such a low tension. This is like 35 TGF. This is so low. Bro, what is going on? I might need a reboot. Yo, I guess they got the feedback because they... No, okay, no. They it's probably within like fabric like it's like 35 versus 40 TGF. It's almost the same. Anyways. Alright, enough shenanigans. Wait, is it? Okay, it's up. All right. Not even a power down? Dang. Yeah, I don't know. That's weird. Actually, Control Alt Delete at least? Not even? Control Shift Escape? Nope. Yeah, reboot. I want my AGP already so I can use it on my Apex. Fair. You still went with the AO Star, right? You don't like the look of the second D-pad. Do you think it would be good for fighting games? So as I was mentioning, right? I think surprising. Where did I put it? There you go. It's surprisingly viable, especially for rolling, because they really rounded the corners. There you go. They really rounded the corners, which I like. So do I think it's feasible? Yes. I know, too loud, right? Bro, I was not expecting that. It was not even supposed to arrive today. I'm so freaking happy. DHL decided to deliver one day early, and I thought they were going to be one day late. So I'm really happy. I would say so, yes. I would say it would be feasible, but I think the height. As much as I wasn't really in agreement with, you know, people complaining about the height, I think it was because I experienced this one more. Because this does not feel high at all. But when putting this one, it does. Not to a point that would bother me, but for fighting in particular, it might feel weird. So, I'm not sure, Mose, if I'm being honest. You know, this is going to be a trial and error kind of thing. I think it's going to really depend on the person. Because, you know, the height is almost giving the impression that you feel like you could keep on pushing down, but clearly you're not supposed to, you know what I mean? So with that in mind, I find that it might be a little weird for fighting games, but it feels good. Am I in love? Bro, I am so in love, Chinito. Oh my God, Chinito. I did not, for the life of me, thought I would ever love, in such little time, that I would ever love the Steam Machine as much as I do. Bro, I was sitting in Discord yesterday with Too Loud, GG, Lemon was there that dropped by earlier. There was 22 new guy I had just met, great guy. Skulls was there. And I was just broadcasting my Steam Machine on the TV with, you know, the whole ambi light setup and the whole speaker setup. You saw my setup before, so you know how, you know, I got it set. And just, man, using the control to like lower and increase the volume, I was like, so good. I don't stream on Twitch on my own channel. I do it on the Gamester channel, Reactionals. But that was what I mean yesterday was not on Twitch. It was on Discord. Did I say Twitch? I'm sorry if I did. It was on Discord, just hanging out with the guys. 22 is my favorite Pokemon. Well, there you go. I didn't know that 22 was a Pokemon. All right, let me just install Steam. There you go. Man, it's like, look, I always have, like, I want to say a discomfort talking about these things, because I know that I'm speaking from a place of privilege, and I don't want to, you know, sound like I'm brushing it in other people's face, because I that's not what I'm trying to do, right? But I am trying to share my experience, trying to share how I've got to, you know, how I come to experience these things. And when it comes to the Steam Machine, and I'm so glad I changed my tune on getting it, it's like, you know that expression, what do you give a man that has everything? Obviously, I don't have everything. But when it comes to like PCs, I need nothing. So then it's like the Steam Machine is giving me that one thing that I have not had, which is that gaming centric PC experience connected to a TV with, I know it sounds stupid to spend the kind of amount that it costs just for HDMI CEC, but man, for people out there who are like, yo, this is such a game changer, I get it. Sounds good, some dude. Thank you very much for dropping by, my dude, and I'll see you tomorrow during the Gamester stream. Peace out. It's a massive game changer, man. Like, it's really, really been good. I cannot stress this enough. And yes, the Steam Machine, you know, it's small, it's inconspicuous, I think is the word. It's very, you know, like non-obnoxious. There's a lot to love about it, but in all truth, no, wait, does it support eGPU? No, it doesn't. It doesn't support eGPU. In all truth, it's in the little things. I appreciate that, Matt. I appreciate it. I really do. Because, you know, like, it's always like a delicate subject for me. Because, you know, especially when you come from having nowhere near the thought that you'd have these kinds of things in life. Like, I want to be appreciative, and I don't want people to feel like I'm trying to be like, hey, look at me, I got this. That's not, you know. Yes, it is in the small things, Michael Benny. Like, I have spent so much time setting up this other side of the room, and I don't use it. I just don't use it because I'm a PC gamer. But yesterday, it kind of struck me when I just hit power on the Steam Machine, and it's like I had forgotten that I had that for the PC, that I could have that for the PC. I just hit power, and then boom, the ambi lights light up. The whole audio system picks up. HDR is activated on the Steam Machine, and it works! Like, for those of you who have been trying HDR on PC, you know how much of a pain in the ass that it is. And here I am just enjoying HDR gaming from Steam on my TV like if it was a console. Bro, HDR on PC for years. The first time I bought a monitor that was HDR capable, which granted was bad HDR, but it doesn't matter. Ever since that day up till now, HDR has been an experience of activating it, looking at it, being like, yeah, it kind of doesn't work, deactivating it, and trying that every other month. Even on the freaking Legion Go 2, which I don't know if my Golden Fro is still here, but I know you asked for it earlier. Legion Go 2, like even on the Legion Go 2, which granted HDR is a little more pleasant here than it is on an actual PC, just because I think they tailored it to be able to work, but it has nothing on what the experience has been with the Steam machine. I'm sorry guys, I'm all over the place. Let me download Steam. But yes, the Steam machine, I'm sold, bro. It is an amalgamation of many things, Vinny Rust. It is, yes, it is the small form factor, bro. That 3.9 volume. Here, look. Let me show you guys. I was testing D-brand skins. Here. That is the Steam machine. That is the keyboard. That is the Steam machine. No, that's absolutely fine, Ernie. But that's where like I was concerned with the bragging thing. That's where the like, you know what I said. What do you give a man that has everything? It's like I like to think that this has the capabilities of being the one device that someone needs, because really you don't need more than that. You don't need more than an Ally X. You don't need more than an F1 Pro. But if you happen to have all these other options, at some point, it all gets a blur. It's like, what gives me something that nothing else can? Do I need this thing? I don't. But if I am looking for that thing that manages to do something that other things cannot do, where do I find that? As a reviewer, that's not exclusively, but that's some of the things that I try to look for. It's like, okay, how do I experience? How do I speak to the people who want to hear what I gotta say? And how do I tell them about an experience that they don't know exists out there? And genuinely, can you take this and slap it on your TV and be 90% there to what a Steam machine will do? In fact, you will have better performance on this. But I'm not gonna lie, the Steam machine has just enough magic sprinkled over that it feels unique. It doesn't discredit every other devices, but as much as, despite saying all this, there are a lot of people to whom I would say, no, don't buy a Steam machine. If I'm talking to the guy that's like, well, yeah, I got a PC with like, you know, a 4,000 or 5,000 NVIDIA GPU and like it plays everything at 240 FPS, and to that person, I might say, well, the Steam machine does things though. And yeah, I thought I was going to hate it. I thought I was going to feel stupid for buying it. I'm ready to throw out the boxes. I actually have to have one conversation with a content creator friend. I want to know if they like want me to ship it to them so that they can review it. So I just want to clarify that. The moment I have the answer, if the person is like, nah, good, I'll just wait to get mine, boxes are out the door. I know where I'm returning this to Valve. Valve will come to my door and be like, oh, Cliff, we need this thing back. I'll be like, let's fight, bro. Let's fight. I am not. Oh, was it already installed? Oh, it's updating. I think you're right, Vinny. So yeah, I'm sorry. That was a bit of a rant, but hopefully that helps, you know, talk a bit about my stance on the Steam machine. I don't even know if I'm going to make a video on the Steam machine. Like on the actual device, like I'm going to make a video on using the D-brand skins. But beyond that, I don't know if I will make a video. But for me, it's amazing. The handheld PC form factor, is it conducive to cooling? There definitely are, I mean, but granted, like it may have this a similar footprint to the keyboard, but it's way, way, way thicker. And that's the other thing. It's so silent. It is so stupid silent. And that's the part that I get, Chinito, right? Is like, it's kind of, man, I had to, honestly, Matt Davis in the chat was one of the few people that managed to say the right things. You will need an Amazon subscription to AA batteries. Most likely. You mean for the, wait, what for? The batteries. Oh, for the Game Gear. Matt was one of the people that had the right words, because he knows me. We've been spending so much time together in the last, you know, almost 2 years. Yeah, I gotta give it to you, Matt. You know me more than the average. And he found the right words because he knew to tap exactly into the behavior that I was gonna have with the decision I had made at the time to not get it. And he said what I needed to hear, that I just wasn't allowing myself to tell myself. Matt was there. Now, granted, that was you know, that is a costly venture, but I don't regret it. Already, I do not regret it. So thank you, Matt. Because, bro, it's, man, it's so hard to explain, you know? Here I am on a PC with a 5090, right? And all day while I was working, I was thinking, man, no need to work. Just go sit on the couch. Go play a little bit. Go enjoy the Steam machine a little. Just do it. Yep. And right now, when it comes to that that Steam machine, yeah, I'm feeling with it. Just do it. For sure. Yo, super quick. SJ Rocks ZK. Do you know if the controllers work with the X2? They will, yes. They're supposed to be retro compatible. It might need a firmware update, but beyond that, yes, you're going to be able to swap back and forth. So the way that I have a little bit of a disappointment with that, but the way that OXP is looking at those other controllers is not so much a how could I put this? It's not so much a, oh, that was the old ones, we're not touching this anymore. Sounds good. Thank you, Vinny, for dropping by, dude. Appreciate the conversation. It's more of a, you have this alternative if you like this better, you know? So it's options, basically. What games I want to test first? That's a great question. I think, oh snap, I forgot I had to format. God dang. I thought I had games on the SD card. I don't. 1 second. What am I doing? Sure, whatever. Actually, you know what? That's gonna be an interesting one. Oh, I might lag a little bit because I'm gonna download. I'm still here. I'm not going anywhere. I got a fast connection, but it's still stressing the connection a lot. So I might lag a little bit. I actually tested this game yesterday on the Steam machine. It looked freaking glorious. But I'm kind of curious to see how it's gonna feel on this device. And in the meantime, no, don't. Yeah, you can install SteamOS on these machines now. You're probably not gonna have everything, but you can. Okay, so this is the Xbox button. clearly. I'm scared. Bro, please tell me you didn't do that. Exit big picture mode. Please tell me you didn't do that, OXP. This button needs to be a return to desktop. Oh my god, it's not. Really? I hope this can be configured. Yo, return to desktop. Let it be said, return to desktop on those handhelds, in my personal opinion, is the absolute most important button to have on those devices. Because contrary to the way that the Windows bar used to be, where you had a button for the return to desktop, now it's in that stupid little corner and it's so impossible to hit with the touchscreen. Do you think this is superior to the Apex if you don't have either? Easily. Like, bro, it's not like a Switch. It doesn't feel, I'm sorry, I'm lagging a little bit right now, right? I'm seeing it in my feed. It's not like it's flimsy. You know how on the Switch, like, it shakes a little bit? And bro, even if it did shake a little bit, here's what you do. You put just a very thin layer of electrical tape. And when you put it on, it's going to be so tight, it's not going to move at all. But it's not moving. You won't even need to do that. It feels good. It feels, I would say, slightly better proportionate than the Apex because the weight is like center massed. Even the battery doesn't feel as bulky to me as the Apex, and yet it's bigger. I love the little RGB touch. You have the DC barrel jack here, the volume, your power, Type A. At the bottom, you have a Type C, your mini SSD, a micro SD, and the prongs. I'm loving it. I guess we haven't tested audio yet. How do these compare to the Lego controller? I'd say better. The thing with the Lego controller, they're amazing in terms of feature, maybe slightly better in terms of ergonomics on the Lego controllers, if I'm being honest. But the extra buttons, as much as I love having those extra buttons, they can get in the way. Like, you're pushing them, even though, so what I know people complain about those. I'm not necessarily going to complain about these, but you still push them even if you don't put value on them. I just don't put value on them. I will say the face buttons on the Go 2 look way better. I much prefer the look on the Go 2. Granted, the Go 2 have vastly improved ergonomics versus the Go 1. This easily beats the Go 1. I'd say I would still give these the advantage over the Go 2, but it's a little tighter. Yeah, that's a great point. Every time I read your name, there's like a family name here in Quebec that is taille-fer, which means waist, like, like a woman's waist of iron waist is what it means when you translate it. Every time I read your name, because I know I've seen you before, I don't know if it's on HU, but every time I read your name, I think of that family name in Quebec. But you're right, that is a net benefit on the Go 1 and Go 2. That trackpad is definitely better because you have the trackpad on that middle attachment, but you don't have it connected at all times, right? So this is an advantage to the Go 2. And the funny thing is, they might have had the place to put it, but it probably would have increased the price. You know what I would have appreciated? And it's unfortunate that we don't see those a whole lot more. Bro, this is such a tight... Oh my god, this is so tight. Oh, interesting. So maybe the bridge is not compatible with those yet. But granted, they did say that we were going to need a firmware update. So I wonder if the firmware update was never made. But it's supposed to work at some point. And to the point, this will work on the X2. In fact, doesn't matter if you bought the X2 Mini Pro, the ONEXPLAYER 3, or the X2, they give you the option to buy another set or a set of the other ones. But I bought an extra set of these because I want to put this on my X1 that I have. But yeah, what I was gonna say is, as much as we do not have the trackpad on these controllers, I wish we had the nubs on the Win 4. You know the little nub on the GPD Win 4? That would have been great. John Cruz, I ordered this today in the ONEXPLAYER 3 last week, so let's see which one will go for sale. I don't know, man. To me, I think I'm gonna like the ONEXPLAYER 3 better, John Cruz, if I'm being honest. Don't get me wrong, the power found in the X2 Mini Pro is amazing, but I wanted the X2 Mini Pro for a very specific reason, and that reason is not for it to be a handheld, if I'm being perfectly honest. Yep, I agree, Telfer. Is that how you say it, Telfer? So I guess they don't work for now. And OneX okay. Here, let me open up OneX console. Bro, how long for the download to finish? Oh my god, it's still going? It hasn't moved. That's fair. I mean, I think the power on the OX Talifer. I think I got it right this time. The thing with the OXP3, in my personal opinion, it has enough power for me. Oh wait, is it working now? Am I? No, it's not. Check updates. That might take a minute. Like, I think the power is gonna test in BIOS. Okay, we'll check in a minute. Maybe more like 5, because I'm gonna wait for the download to finish. I think, to me, the power of the OXP3 is gonna be enough as a handheld. Oh, they absolutely, Asib, absolutely, they improved a great deal. Here's why I wanted the X2 Mini Pro. For me, that could be the replacement for the Steam machine. Complete overkill, but I think putting this in like a 3D printed enclosure and sitting it under the TV is going to make for a fantastic solution. And then potentially even integrating a hub in there, I think it's going to make, and like this, you know, hiding the puck, the Steam controller puck somewhere in there as well. I think it's going to make for a very, very beautiful Steam machine alternative. As a handheld, I think I'm going to prefer OXP3. But without a doubt, this is going to be a fantastic machine. And if you're after power and performance, I think there's a good chance you're going to end up keeping this one and probably selling the OXP3, because the thing is, on the outside, minus, you know, the battery sticking out, on the outside they feel and look so similar. Like, it's almost as if they could have said X2 Mini AMD, X2 Mini Intel. That's how similar they are. So the weight feels a little lighter than the Apex Hinden Davis, but granted, the Apex that I have is a liquid cooling version, whereas this is not a liquid cooling version. Yeah, it is 8 point. It's the exact same panel as the Go 2. But here's the thing I did not know, which in my opinion is a big deal, more than meets the eye. Even though it is the same panel, they do not have the same coating. And it's like, I can't show you right now because this is not closed, but we'll look at it after when I close it to test the keyboard and BIOS. Look at that. Oh man, having a keyboard on these devices is so good. Yep, Yeah, and ONEXPLAYER has I think if they continue that route, they can really make a name for themselves, and they can break. You know, I think that, okay, I think most people, I included, if you would have asked me 1 year ago, right? You just asked me, you take GPD, you take Ayaneo, you take ONEXPLAYER, and you ask me, in your opinion, Cliff, which of these three boutique companies is the most likely to break the boutique to enter, you know, the mainstream market? I would have said Ayaneo. You know, I may have my gripes with Ayaneo, but as far as who do I think is the likeliest to break past that wall, I would have said Ayaneo. If you ask me today, it's clearly ONEXPLAYER. Like, way ahead. You know, like, whereas a year ago it would have been, oh, I think it might be Ayaneo. Today it's like, oh no, it's ONEXPLAYER. And like, I guess what I'm trying to say is not only who I think is going to do that has changed, but the level to which I feel they're close to doing it is also way closer now than I would have even thought Ayaneo was a year ago, is what I'm trying to say. Yep. It is exciting too, Loud Tech. Your guy would have had as well. They had products in Best Buy, but they've, yep. Yeah, no, exactly. And to the point, that's such a great example. You know, OXP had products on Amazon, but to this day, I don't think they're on Best Buy. So, you know, in many rights, that is an achievement that Ayaneo did do. But clearly, being on Best Buy does not seem to have been anything more than a fun conversation piece for a while. You go look on Best Buy, there's no reviews, or like very, very few. I don't think they're moving units, you know? I like GPD. I think GPD... Bro, it's tough because for me, GPD always will have a special heart, right? Because they started this market for many of us, you know? They made, because back then, for those of you who were around back then, I had a backing on the Open Pandora. And Open Pandora, in my opinion, was the venture that sold the dream, but it was so niche. And it took so long before, I think his name was Dragon something, the German guy, before he actually shipped those Pandora boxes. It took so long. But he sold the dream. He made it like, yo, this could be a thing. But GPD actually made it happen, you know? So GPD will always have a special place in my heart, no matter what. But if I'm being honest, I feel like GPD has lost their way a little bit. It was DHL for me. Too loud. Yeah, no, that's definitely something that is like, okay, hot take, John Cruz. I like the look of it. I love the look. The design with the like the circle being the O of 1X. I think from an aesthetic point of view, but then it's like, it doesn't matter that it looks good if it doesn't carry the purpose well enough. And that's the problem, right? That's the one problem with that kickstand. Is, to me, I look at it and I'm like, oh my god, this is such a nice design. Like, it looks beautiful. But then you push on a corner and it's like, this thing feels flimsy. So funny enough, Too Loud was in there. Too Loud, GG Gamers Generation, and we were talking, like, we spent a couple of time talking about, like, what can we design that would improve that kickstand. We've came up with some ideas. I don't know if we'll ever have a 3D print that we ultimately flesh out or make public, but we talked about that. We talked about how can we design something that works around the kickstand to improve. Like, the thing is, You don't need, it's okay if you have what's the word? A point of, like a leverage point, which would be the kickstand, but just stabilize its leverage through the width so that when you hit a corner, it doesn't bounce out. You know what I mean? Yep. No, that's a great point, Talifer, and I think you're right. I think you're right, and I'll go one further, and I think Ioneo, that's in my personal opinion of them, I think that's where I have an issue with Ioneo, is that they lean too hard into form. The function gets thrown out the window too often with Ioneo, especially with like things like audio, dead zones on their sticks, which is not customizable, like little details like that where I'm like, man, it's not that hard. Like, you're so close to giving us the software to adjust these things, and yet you're here saying, oh, we're all about the gamers, we're all about the people, like we're the same. Okay, where's the software to like adjust those little stupid things that you went function over form, you went form over function, you know? But anyways, that's another conversation for another time. I'm sorry, guys. I don't know why this download is taking long. Okay, so hot take, especially for you, Matt, because, you know, we've talked about Ioneo many times. And I love how much you, like, you know, you help me feel a little bit better about Ioneo, if I'm being honest, because yeah, it's not all bad. It's not all bad. And sometimes I lean a little too much on the bad things, because the truth is, you know, they do make beautiful devices. They do make great ergonomics. Like, it's not all bad. There are a lot of great that Ioneo puts out as well. But yeah, it's just, it's the conflict, right? That's hard for me. But I hope, because they seem to be struggling lately. Like, I'm saying that about GPD, but I could say the same about Ioneo. And as much as I have my own gripes with them, I do hope whatever is going on right now gets better. Because, man, they're extremely confusing to follow these days. Like, the whole Micro 2 situation, what's happening with that? The next 2's still not shipping. What's happening with that? Like, are people getting the Conquer Fit with the HX470? Like, how many of those are shipped out? Who's to say? Like, it's... Man, it seems to be rough right now for Ioneo. So I really hope they pull through, because ultimately competition is always going to be good, you know, for consumers. Are you planning to show us how to replace the SSD in a future video? Yeah, someone asked, top 10s for you asked earlier today. Yeah, I could be open to that. Once I find, yeah. The amount of devices from Ioneo that I backed, that I ultimately ended up canceling, because, like, the one that probably frustrated me the most was the Flip DS. It 100% was the Flip DS. Bro, I waited 6 months for that device, and it never shipped. And the thing that, like, the straw that broke the camel's back was when they released devices after the Flip DS, and those devices with the same chip, mind you, shipped first. I was like, okay, that's it. I'm done. I'm done. I cannot do this anymore. I'm out. I'm done. I think at that time I had like at least two for sure devices from Ioneo backed up, if not 3. I canceled them all. Then the exact same thing happened with their Android devices. I had a backing for the DMG. I had a backing for the Pocket Evo. I ended up canceling both, though I rebought both after the fact. I'm sorry. Where's the download? I just realized the screen is off. All right. So yes, 55 watt on battery. And if I was to plug the DC barrel jack, which unfortunately I don't have a plug near me to do that right now, But if I was to plug it, it would be 80 watt. And whoa, that's new. Lossless scaling straight from here? What? Screen touch, but what is this, bro? That is new. Yo, what up, Speedy? How you doing, bruv? They have some great Android devices. Look at that, guys. AI translation settings, lossless scaling. Yo, that's freaking fire. Are they gonna add lossless scaling to their... Yo, that's amazing. Assist setting parameter, disguise process, so that's probably benchmark. Screen touch. Oh, wait. Oh, really? Oh, yo, that's cool. Okay, so I don't know if some of you have been working with like handhelds for a minute now, but that's a thing. Some games, when you use the touch screen, like, is a big issue because from a driver level, touchscreen is not the same as a mouse. So having this, you fix the issue. That's really awesome. That's new. That wasn't there before. And you notice how it disappears? And wait, can I? Okay, so that's just a lift. Okay. Bro, that's really cool. Yo, that's gonna be amazing when you remove the controllers too, like when you're just using it in tablet mode. Also, like, rather than putting your smudges all over the screen, you're just putting them on one corner. I really like that feature. Okay, keyboard. Let's look at some more of those. LAN sharing. Okay, interesting. Performance overlay, that hasn't changed. RGB effects. So, you know, we have all the different styles here. Let's do the flowing light. This is fancy. I'm just gonna make it a little bit more faint. We don't need it just bright. Apply. Display 1920 by 1200. HDR switch. Ooh, paper eye protection mode. Paper effect. Oh, dang. Yo, that's... I don't know who would need that, but it's like it's putting Mura. I don't know if it's gonna come through. I'm sorry again for my, like, stream that's laggy because I'm downloading games, man. I so thought I had some. No, I'm sorry, it's a little too... Bro, it's so laggy. The download is almost finished. Oh, I think it just finished. Yep, it just finished. There you go. I don't know if you guys see it. It's like it's introducing Mura. I guess it's good for some people's eye. I don't know. HDR switch. Fridge. And trainer performance, battery protection. All right. Brightness. We're not on full brightness. Oh man, that's bright. That's hella bright. Let's put 54. But bro, I really... Oh. Yes. It's a return to desktop. Oh my god. Getting back that button is something to celebrate on its own. Let me just remove that touchpad thing. Yo, those AI things are cool. Okay, so the HD haptics. Someone asked for the HD haptics. That is gonna be one area, especially if I'm thinking versus the Go 2, where without any hesitation at all, it's not even comparable. Oh my lord, the haptics on the Go 2 absolutely destroy the haptics that I'm feeling right now. In fact, dare I say, I feel like this is a step back. Oh man. I don't know if the microphone's gonna pick it up. The microphone doesn't seem to pick it up. 1 second. Let me try if I can get a little closer here. No. No. It's not loud enough, but I assure you, despite having headphones, it is one of those very like cheap haptic motors, like vzz, vzz. Okay, so it's on the way. I mean, mine. So my thing populated on the list before I actually had my shipping notification from DHL. My shipping notification came after the fact. Oh no. Switch to haptics is fantastic. It is beautiful. Yeah, let's hope so. That's what I was gonna go test right now. So I put the HD switch on, but this doesn't feel like HDR. Yeah, HDR is not activated. So I'm getting the feeling of maybe what this is oh. Okay, maybe they need to fix the drivers for this, because the Go2 has HDR. It has VRR HDR. This is the same panel, so logically speaking, it should work. But right now, it doesn't seem like it is. Okay, before I go ahead and boot Mortal Blade, and honestly, man, I just looked at the time. I don't have much time left. Oh, I shouldn't have done shutdown. Who was it you, John Cruz, that wanted to know the keyboard? The Witcher series? I need to watch it. I haven't watched it. I think it was you that was asking for the keyboard, right? So we'll find out if it does work. No, you're right, Ernie. We're not, but I agree, though. I do agree. And yes, the keyboard works fine. Oh! Oh! Oh, this is this is a fully unlocked BIOS if I've ever seen one. Oh, I wonder if those are being shipped super fast, because that's an unlocked BIOS if I've ever seen one. You gotta be careful what you're gonna do in there. But the good news is, on a fully unlocked BIOS, those who purchased the 32 gigabyte model, you might be able to put your memory speed at 8,000 and see if it works. So that might be a good thing, arguably. Just, you got to know what you're doing in there. No, where is it? Yeah, I think it's here. Bro, I never remember. Oh, well, look at that. Look at that. Uh-huh. We're going to put the UMA buffer. High GPU advanced controls. Hell yeah, bro. Hell yeah. Membar. No, membar? Oh. But that's not what I was looking for. Ah, there it is. Should be somewhere in here. Haha. That's where you would do it, Briz. Assuming, of course, that the 32 gigabyte has the same BIOS, which I don't see why it wouldn't. That is where you would try. Because if I'm not mistaken, the 32 gigabytes comes with 7,500 mega transfers per second. Where are the Autobot headphones at? Boom, 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 boom. Well, I mean, granted, I'm not sure, John Cruz, if it was one of those situations where I just had to reboot the device. That might be it. I'm going to leave this on auto. But yeah, I guess you could try adjusting your timings. You know, I don't know how much of a benefit it would be, but at least the mega transfer speeds I could see the value in trying, you know, seeing if it works. But yes. Yes, they will come with those headphones. Bro, I mean, people were complaining. I personally don't. It's free, and that's the thing with audio. Do I think those earbuds are worth $100? Probably not. But here's the truth of it, in my opinion. Audio is like when you buy, say, Sennheiser, right? You're buying because of the insurance that you have that it's going to be good. But when it comes to audio, speakers and microphones, you can buy no-name products and have fantastic results. That's the thing with audio is you can make a very cheap driver sound like $1,000,000 if you know how to tweak it. So that doesn't mean that it's going to be bad. For all we know, this could be a great pair of earbuds. Bluetooth version 5.4, so latency is probably going to be excellent. I'm excited to try them. I don't think it's going to be bad. I know people weren't too excited. I think it's a nice gift to have. Yep, indeed, 22, what up, player? All right, let's see if now that we have refreshed, if HDR is coming up. And then we're going to try Mortal Blade real quick, and then I'm going to have to step out. Okay. So, funny, because it says HDR video streaming games is supported, and yet I'm not getting, like, calibrations, and I don't know what to say. Let me... Yeah, like, nothing seems to be happening, so... I don't think that changes anything if we're being honest. No, it doesn't. I agree too loud, but in the crowdfunding campaign and Reddit, people were like, "Yo, why are we getting?" A lot of people were like, "Why are we getting this? Why didn't you give us like a glass screen protector?" Which, granted, a glass screen protector would have been nice, but I'm excited to test those out. I don't think they're going to be bad. I mean, anyways, yeah, okay. So this seems, at least right now, and you know, I'm hoping that unlike the F1 Pro, it's gonna get fixed. Yeah, but it does seem like HDR is not out of the box as it is with the Go 2, at least for the time being. Oh, and let me put back the music. Well, actually. What up, Spider Zane? Yes, this is live. Knives X1. Did he say how long it took after it was shipped? It didn't take that long. I don't even know when they shipped. I wasn't supposed to receive it today, though. Let me see if I can find it in my messages. It honestly, I think it's the fastest I've ever received anything from Wait, are we Monday? No, we're Tuesday. Man, so the first confirmation was on Saturday morning. That was freaking quick. Like hella quick. Sounds good, Spider Zane. Thanks for dropping by, dude. We're switched to Joy-Cons. No, they're not. But yeah, Saturday morning. Are they teleporting them or something? Well, if they are, I'm waiting for my OXP3, so hook me up, ONEXPLAYER. I paid for it. I bought it. You know, I want it. It's been a good device purchases venture these past couple of days. Everything is getting to me super fast. Can't complain. But I know these things are not eternal. And hey, Skulls, by the way. If you're going to do it live. Hi, everyone. Yep. I'm a little disappointed in myself. I really thought my card had games pre-installed. I should have looked ahead of time. My bad. That's a mistake on my part. But what I could potentially do, if you guys are interested, Because I'm juggling so many things at once. Maybe tomorrow I do another live stream. Wait, tomorrow we're gonna be Wednesday. Maybe I do another live stream on my channel around the same time and leave around the same time, because then I have to go do the live stream over at Gamesters. So maybe I do a live stream on my channel where we just play games, we just test games. All right. Let's test this out. I mean, dude. Fortnite, I'll have to see. BO7, I don't think I have. Sadly, I don't play these kinds of games too much, but maybe I do because my brother, I think, buys them. I mean, there's one thing to be said though, like you immediately feel it that you're on OLED, and right now the brightness is at like halfway. Ugh, baby, ugh, it's so beautiful. Ugh, sorry. Oh yeah, you're right. Wait, so it's just me, Scott. Who are you over the Twitch Gameser? Yo, the voice of whoever's talking sounds like Anna Taylor-Joy.
At first, her remains were worshipped. Yet that was not enough. They carved temples from her bone, pilfered the wealth of her womb. But within her hell, the foul passenger festered, whispering until it broke.
There you go.
Turned upon kin. The temples were ravaged, her egg lost. She feared all her ova were gone, spoiled, tainted. But one did survive.
I'm liking it so far.
A strong one.
I don't think I'm gonna mind that they're like bottom facing. So yesterday I was playing this game on the Steam machine. I was on 1440p. So, you know, that's not feasible here. Oh, and I'm at a much slower resolution here. What the heck? Quick to issue full screen. I like that. Professor. VSync, no thanks. Frame. I did do it without frame gen, and I think I had low on settings. And I was doing like 80 something. Wait, so this... What? I mean, this looks great, though. This looks... I'm not expecting more than serviceable audio. Anything better would be pleasant surprise. It's sounding good so far. Like, I'm not... Is it at the highest? It's not super loud. At least this game doesn't make it seem super loud. With the battery, what up, board mine things alike? It feels exactly like the Apex, a little bit better balanced to me. Because, like, you know, you basically have controllers that weigh nothing. Right now I'm at 55 watt TDP. The volume, well, yeah, depending on how you look at it, plus is to the left, down is to, minus is to the right. So yeah, you could say that it's inverted. Like, to me, that's inverted.
Please, don't hurt me. The bucket. No! How could you?
It sounds fairly spacious. Yo, what up, Nelly? It feels spacious, like the audio. It doesn't feel muddied, if that makes sense. That screen is gorgeous. Like, that screen is yep. Scott sent me a... It was Blunt. Oh, yo, what up, Blunt Pirate? What up, player? Yeah, and they said that they're looking to start shipping ONEXPLAYER 3 as early as August 1st. Casual gaming corner. Now, granted, they're not going to be able to fulfill every order on August 1st, but they're saying that they're going to start shipping units as early as August 1st. So, even if it's not August 1st, I think it's fair to say that shipping will start in the first week of August. Yep, 3 hours left for XP3. I mean, look, that screen. I hope it comes through. That screen is glorious. So for someone who wants that screen, you know what to do. Yeah, 600 units, and for the OXP3, that's not gonna cover everyone for sure. But it's gonna cover a good chunk. That screen is fantastic. Yo, what up? It's Play with JRR. Okay. So I feel ready to speak a little bit more on the audio. What I'm hearing so far, granted, I'm not playing music in the background. Like, I'm not stress testing the speakers. What I can tell you so far with the speakers is that it sounds great. It's not the loudest, but the quality of the audio is definitely there. The imaging, I'm really hearing well. One thing, though, which is not necessarily a caveat, but for some people it might be a bother, is because it's down facing, it shifts easy. You know how some devices, like, you can move them and it feels like the audio is always coming from the same direction? You know what I mean? Whereas some other devices, you move them a little bit and it's like, oh, the whole sound stage completely changed. I'm feeling that so far. I don't know, Nelly. I haven't looked into that at all. But from what is already there is fantastic. I don't know that it would need tuning. It's just, it's the device. Like, the shifting is not software addressable in my opinion, or maybe I'm wrong. It's just like you can feel that it's going to shift based off of how you hold it. Compared to a top tier cell phone, I think it's going to sound better. But I would argue that from what I'm hearing, some cell phones are going to be louder, as crazy as it may sound. It doesn't seem to be the loudest, but it sounds great. Honestly, the staging of that audio is peak. Like, especially if you are the kind of person that like immersive audio, not so much volume, but you want an immersive experience, audio that almost feels binaural. Yeah, I think that'll do it. Like, okay, you know how in some devices you have that night mode for your audio, right? And I don't know if you guys, like, we're going to get a little technical, but sound happens on hertz, right? Lower the hertz, the boomier the sound, the higher the hertz, the higher the pitch, right? Voice usually happens somewhere down the middle. And, explosions happen at the beginning and, like, screeching sounds happen more at the end of the spectrum. Night mode, what it does is it compresses that whole spectrum so that even though you hear the same, your sound gets, like, blended together. Well, what I'm hearing sounds like I'm hearing a lot of that spectrum, right? This is audio imaging. So the imaging is really, really good. So, you know, imaging might not necessarily be the best for like music, or sometimes with movies, like it might drown your vocals a little bit. But for gaming, it's what you want. For gaming, imaging is one of the most important things, and I'm hearing it here. Like, I feel like I'm really picking up the slashes. I'm hearing like the ambient music, the scream of the beast that I just slayed. And I'm not talking about my wife. No, I'm just joking. All right, all right. Just had to be clever for a moment. Is it the same speaker on the One X? I see audio, like from our trip in China, audio is the one thing that honestly, like, I wish I could tell you what the experience was like. The truth is, that was the one thing that we just couldn't lean on, because it was always like in busy rooms and rooms where we don't know the acoustics. Like, I know the acoustics of my room, right? But I don't know the acoustics of a room in China. So I couldn't say if they were the same. But based on the fact that they are like 80% the same devices, I would think they are the same speakers. I just don't know for a fact. I would assume that it is, though. Man, it looks amazing, dude. Oh my god, dude. Oh my god. Yo, I'm sorry to say, but that should have been the Apex. I'm feeling that no compromise handheld. Finally. Oh man, I'm starting to sink in. Ah, yeah. Okay, let me catch up with chat super quick. Okay. Tracking stuff with apps being blocked. Oh, X2 and OXP3. I think the OXP3 will win me in time, but there's something to be said about just how fluid this feels, and the weight doesn't feel like it's amazing to see that I'm getting that bigger size, that bigger hold, that bigger screen, and I'm not feeling that it's a heavier machine. Again, granted, I did not take the unit with the cooling, so that helps, but man, it's feeling good. Man, it's feeling fantastic. Let me activate those hair triggers. I will say though, yo, what up, Navy? So because I have to go because we have a meeting at HU that's about to happen. I like the D-pad better. I like the new D-pad better. They're extremely close. I think I like the triggers, the hair triggers a little more on the Apex, but it's so minute. It's so minute. I don't know, man. I don't know about the face buttons. They each have their different qualities. Like, these are a little more grouped up together. They're a little more flat. They're quite nice. These are a little more rounded, but hardly. They're more spaced out. They feel like, at least, no, they're definitely more spaced out, and they feel bigger as well. I don't know. I think I prefer the face buttons on these ones. Did people buy both the mini and... I mean, yeah, is it a waste of money? Yeah, it kind of is, but, you know, so some of us are like super enthusiasts. Yeah, so I was not crazy. The tension is definitely higher on the Apex. Like, that is a thing for those of you guys out there that don't like the tension. You know, there is a slight difference on the new controllers versus the old ones, but hardly. The Apex has much higher tension. So if you prefer the higher tension, the Apex is definitely definitely higher. Like, here, I'll do it again just to show you guys. I didn't even reach 50. It didn't bend even. I'm hitting at like 50, 55. I'm hitting at like 40, 45. So about a 10 TGF less on the X2 Mini and the X2 Mini Pro and the OXP3. Tension is higher on the Apex. That's just fact. But as Nelly said, which I would assume is going to be the same case here, we're probably going to be able to replace those. New boxes, man, it's too bad. Both team performance-wise. Yeah, Joel. So I addressed this a little earlier, but the big takeaway is, man, if you have a 395, you don't need to FOMO over the 388, and if you have a 388, you don't need to feel like you're getting cheated out of something as you don't have 395, except for the CPU cores. The one thing where the 388 will potentially have an advantage over the 395 is just for those who cannot be bothered with like understanding how to shut your cores and address your timings. Then that one out of the box is better designed for gaming. In some instances, it's going to depend on the game engine, on a lot of like the pipeline of the workload, but some games will indeed benefit. Realistically speaking, I wouldn't expect that it's going to be more than say 10 to 15% of the games out there, and the benefits are going to be marginal and also addressable on the 395. If ever that's like something you absolutely want, you could, you know. But yeah, this is feeling good. This is feeling extremely good. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Okay, so I said earlier the haptics on the Go 2 are vastly superior, and I still stand by that. But it feels better than it sounds. At least that. It doesn't sound great, you know. You hear that, zzz, zzz, but it does feel great. So at the very least, there's that. All right, I'm gonna catch up with chat, and then I really gotta go. This is a good device, and by device I mean the guy in the corner. Thank you, Navy. Yo, Navy, your OXP3 is soon coming. Our OXP3. All of us in the chat who are waiting for an OXP3, and I know there's quite a few of us. So excited. Do you think this is gonna? Matt, they already started with that app. Okay, that makes sense. I have to choose one. Which one? The thing is, Kempago crazy. For me, this is gonna become I'm gonna try to make a Steam machine out of this. Like, the truth is, I'm probably going to do another live stream tomorrow where we play games, but the goal with this one, for me, is to make it into a Steam machine alternative. That's really what I want to do with this. So it holds a different purpose. I think as a handheld, I'll prefer the OXP3. But that's the thing. I don't mind losing some of that power to gain some of that convenience and flexibility. Yeah, I'm coming, GG. I'm just gonna finish chat and then I'm out. Sounds good, Navy. I'm not gonna unlist it. The weight ergonomics compared to Apex. Apex, I have the one with the frostbite thing. This one doesn't. It feels just as heavy, if not slightly lighter, but it feels better centered, so a little better balance as far as I'm concerned with the X2 Mini Pro. Though I do believe the ONEXPLAYER 3 is going to be better in that regard. Yep, that's fair, Asib. Can make or break a device for me. Those sticks are on the lighter side, which I don't necessarily think it's a bad thing, especially for aiming, but it's the thing is, the heavier the stick, the higher the tension, the more it can hide flaws. Like, I'm talking about physical flaws where we have a little bit of a jitter, especially in those stressful environment where we tweak a little bit our sticks. But if you don't have that, if that's not part of you, which it definitely is for me, then lighter sticks are actually better, but they're just harder to maneuver because you need to be more precise and more still and your grip, which I'm not, but I still prefer. I like them both for different reasons and for different types of games. Has the best FPS? I mean, arguably the Apex and the X2 Mini Pro is going to give you better FPS at the cost of, you know, battery life and having to be tethered more often. It's not going to be 5 FPS. If you crank it up all the way, it's going to be substantial a difference. Well, we wouldn't need WinHense. Wait, are we talking about the thing to correct like landscape screens top 10s for you? Maybe my mind is not going well right now. 1 second. Là, je suis en live stream, faut que je te laisse, puis en plus je m'en vais en meeting. She hung up. Oh, she could have at least said I love you. Oh, the time might speak up. Thank you. Oops. Good thing I was hiding my phone. Let's see. All right, guys. I really gotta go. I stretch it to the very last second. Best FPS would be 395. Yes, with some tweaking required, and there's going to be that occasional game where you're more CPU constricted that would benefit on the 395 versus 388, but you're probably going to have to do a little bit more tweaking on the 395 to get those improvements that you otherwise wouldn't be able to get on the 388. Loves to stretch always, bruh. Always. Does team on... Oh, I see. No, I haven't tried it. No, okay, that's not what I thought. You're talking about something like Play Night, like a front loader. I might give it a try. Thank you very much for mentioning it. Top 10s for you. Guys, this has been busier than I was hoping it would be. So thank you very much, each and everyone, for being here. I hope that was fun. I'm probably going to stream again tomorrow, but tomorrow I'll have it like loaded with games so we can try things rather than, you know, doing the whole process and unboxing. And I'll probably give you some feedback on those things. So I'll try them out tonight and give you guys some of my feedback on them. So thank you very much for spending some time. This has been the... Look at this screen, bro. No shift. Look at this. Yep, that OLED is pulling weight. Actually, I'm going to do one last thing before we go. Oh, you know what? No, I mean, I was trying to... I'm sorry, there's like a little spludge. I was trying to look at the coating, but it seems to be the same. It's very hard to see. Anyways, you know what? That's okay. All right, guys. That is going to be it for me. Thank you for hanging out. We'll probably do this tomorrow if y'all want to come hang out again and play some games. No, it's not the same. All right. I'll see you on the next one.